Okay, so where we are is we figured out we need to know how to factor. You can get the zeros as long as you got all those little parentheses. So how do I factor this? Well, I can't really unfoil it. Those were always squares. And this is a cube, so I can't do that. Okay, well, I'm wondering, gosh, what could go in there? Does x minus 3 go in there? It's got to be some kind of factor. Does that go in there? How do I know? Okay, well, if I want to know if 5 is a factor of 50, I mean, we know how to factor 50, but if I needed to factor it down, I could say, I wonder if 5 goes into that. Well, if 5 goes into that evenly, remainder 0, then 5 is a factor of that. Okay, and then if I'm like, I wonder if 3 goes into that. Well, let's see, 3, that'd be 16 times 48, remainder 2. No, 3 is not a factor of 50 because it doesn't go into it evenly. So we need some sort of division. Okay, we need to be able to divide that in, and if I get remainder 0 at the end, then I'll know it's a factor. So you think, all right, I'm supposed to draw this stuff, and then maybe I'm supposed to write something underneath here, do some sort of subtraction, and there'll be more of that, and I go down here, and eventually maybe there's a 0 down there. It sounds really complicated. And it's kind of a pain. You have to keep track of all your x's and all your negative signs and stuff like that. But there's a really fast way to do those. Okay, so what you do is you take a little box and you take all the numbers. I erased my polynomial now, but it said x cubed. So that was 1x cubed. So that had a 1 with it. And then after that it said minus 5x squared. So I'm just going to write the minus 5. I'm leaving off all the x's. So x cubed minus 5x squared. And then it says plus 4x, and then it says minus 20. So that's the same thing again. You got to keep the minuses, but you don't need to keep any of the x's. So you write that there. And then if I want to divide in x minus 3, I put a positive 3 in the box. Okay, the opposite goes in the box. It's just the way it works. All right. So x minus 3, that represents x minus 3, and this represents my long polynomial. Now, there's a whole technique to this. First, you bring down the first thing you got to get you started. Then you multiply it times the box, and you slide that up here. And then you bring down, now the second time you bring down, you're going to have negative 5 plus 3, so that's negative 2. Then you multiply it times the box, negative 6. Then again, when you bring down, that'll be negative 2. Multiply times the box, negative 6. This is negative 26. That's my remainder right there. All right, that means x minus 3 doesn't go in equally, okay? Because if it had gone in and there would have been remainder 0, it would be like when 5 goes into 50. X minus 3 does not go into that evenly because it leaves a remainder. What if instead I had wanted to know, does x minus 5 go into this? Okay, well, let's see. Opposite goes in the box, so I'm going to put 5 in the box. Then I'm going to bring down, multiply times the box, bring down, negative 5 plus 5, that's 0. Multiply times the box, bring down, multiply times the box, remainder 0. All right, so that works. So x minus 5 goes into this thing evenly. And now I know how it factors. Okay, it pulls that out. And what's left over? No remainder, so I don't have to worry about that. This is always 1 power less. So it used to be x cubed right here. This is x squared here. And that has just factored that original thing that we had. Okay, so let's try another one. Three x to the 5th plus x to the 4th minus 7x squared plus 2x plus 3. And I want to divide it by x plus 1. Okay, so I got a box over here. I got some numbers that go across here. Let's see, there's a 3 for that, and a 1 for that. And I don't have an x cubed, so 0 is going to go there. And then a negative 7 for that, and a 2 for that, and a 3 for that. And they didn't ask me to factor this all the way down or anything. They just want to know what happens if I do x plus 1 with that. Just, am I going to get an answer? Is it going to have a remainder? I don't know. I'm just going to try it. The opposite goes in the box, so I'm going to put a negative 1 in the box. Bring down. Multiply times the box. Put it here. Bring down. Multiply times the box, so that'll be positive 2. Bring down. Multiply times the box. Bring down. Multiply times the box. Bring down. Multiply times the box. All right, I know that it doesn't go in evenly. Okay, the question wasn't really does it go in evenly. The question was just do the division. So I'm going to write my answer now. It used to be x to the 5th, so I get 3x to the 4th, because that goes with that one, minus 2x cubed. You know the power's got to go down by 1 because you were doing division. Something's got to change. Plus 2x squared minus 9x plus 11, remainder negative 8. Okay, so that answers the question. It doesn't say you have to make sure it factors. You just have to do that one division, figure out what you got. And I got remainder negative 8, but I got all this other stuff too.